Hey, we are gonna have a good time with this conversation. This was a little bit, not a little bit. This was a last minute kind of get together with myself, Tony, the Southern Collector. Tony, how's it going?
Going good.
And the birthday boy, as we're recording this on July 14th, is when this is recorded. And we've got Mr. Petty.
What's up there, liver lips?
And it is your birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate you having me on, and thanks for the happy birthday wishes. Feels great to be another year older.
Yeah.
No doubt. We've got a few things we're going to talk about. This is going to post on Friday. I don't even know what day that is, but Hobby Palooza starts tonight. So I know there's a couple hours, 2-3 hours tonight, and it might go longer than that. And then all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Just another reminder, if you want to check out my hours that I'm going to be on with Brent Richards, Shane Shoebox Legends, nice. And obviously Darren returned to collecting for an off topic on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on again with Dan, Vintage Baseball PC, Junk Wax Hero Mike, and Jake of Wax Pack Wisdom. When is your guys' hour?
It's a Saturday night. We're the hour right before Jeremy Lee. So what time's he? Is it 9 o'clock Eastern that he goes on?
He goes on at 10 Eastern.
10 Eastern. Yeah. So we're 9. I'm 9 Central. So right. Yeah, we're going to go on at 8. Yeah, 9 Central. We'll do the 9 or 9. y'all figure it out.
I don't know.
We're going to do 9 to 10 Eastern. There you go.
9 to 10 Eastern.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
so you won't want to miss that. I will probably be home, so I should be in chat for that one. I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days. One of the reasons that we're recording this on Monday. It is Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah,
Monday, fun day.
And listen, we need a big turnout for this. Mike and I have never done a live stream.
This is our first
Greg's
one.
got to be a pro at it by now, and this will be our first one, man.
We're going to have 3D in the background. He'll be coaching us. He'll coast us in.
Are we going to have like the earphone in where he's going to be talking to us?
Oh yeah, we'll be able to watch the chat, and they'll chat in with us and stuff. It'll be fun.
And we're gonna. I don't know about Mike, but I'm gonna choose a couple of cards from my collection that'll go in the kitty for nice. A drawing to raise money for the charity. So
wow, I'm not giving them nothing but fish heads. No, that's not true. You're just always so generous, but that'll be neat. We'll have a drawing, and who knows, we'll probably donate some money to a good cause. So looking forward to that. That's for sure. Throwing a few people under the bus.
Well, we'll look forward to that, and I anticipate being in the chat. Now,
I hope so.
For us this morning, this is going to be morning when this posts. So us this morning, we have a couple of main topics, but who knows if we stay on topic, not. It doesn't really matter. But the first thing that I wanted to kind of share is Petty has kind of had some opinions about the whole own appeal, I appeal, my appeal. And just to give a little bit of a background, Dan of Dan's Vintage Baseball PC, he kind of did a video, this a few weeks ago now, where he kind of went into saying, instead of you saying a card has eye appeal, it really only has to have eye appeal for you. It has to have eye appeal that you're okay with and you want to own the card. And he kind of coined the term of own appeal, which has caught on some, and a lot of people have been kind of using it, and I think it makes sense. But it's Mr. Petty, it sounds to me like you're kind of thinking maybe there's a subset of own appeal. So where do you stand on this?
Yeah, I don't really think it makes sense in the way that they were using it and the way that everybody's been like just jumping on the bandwagon. Now you look, nobody loves hobby terms more than I do, and who makes more fun of all the stupid terms out there, with even the eye appeal terms and the centering and all the crap that we just beat on every day. But I just don't see own appeal as like it just doesn't roll off the tongue like I've been trying to tell you. As a guy who's been making up nicknames for literally over 50 years, and many of them stick. I just spent my birthday weekend here with like 10 of my buddies out. Every one of them has a nickname. Now I haven't coined every single one of them, but many of them. And these are nicknames that have stuck the test of time, like Brow. He's got a big eyebrow. It just rolls off. Brow. Another
What's
guy,
up, bro?
another guy, Poobah. He's the grand Poobah. Like, he's a big guy. He's like the king of everything. And just names like this. Another guy's named Zach. It's a long story. Another guy's name, Six Iron Sully. You don't get his last name is Sullivan. When you play golf with him, we were out there as kids. All he would do is hit a 6-iron every hole, 6-iron. So we call him 6-iron. So these names though, and sometimes you have guys have 3 or 4 different names. I mean, for instance, my nickname, I used to sell doors in the 1980s. So they called me Fat Urban Doorman. FUD. So then they started calling me Fudd. Like, my name is Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. So then for years I've been Fudd, or I've been Dewey, like Dewey Oxburger, because I swallow a lot of aggression along with a lot of pizzas. So,
Sure.
these names stick the test of time. I mean, Beaver Feet, it rolls off pretty nice, all in all, and
Yeah.
it says a lot about you. You're always busy. You're on every channel. You work, you take care of your family, you collect. Liver lips. I mean, look, that is like kind of a jerky boy's like liver lips, but look, your lips are like, they're like liver. They're always flapping, So I just thought that, look, own appeal. If you'd asked me, it was a very easy transition to call it my appeal. My appeal, I appeal. You see the way that class, you're a teacher.
Yeah.
What would you rather say? Own appeal. Now, I don't want to totally throw Dan under the bus or anything, or like his name won't stick on. I want to give him the credit that he deserves for it, because, but what I think that he means is my appeal, because I have cards that are own appeal, for instance, that I just figure those are cards that they're so damn expensive that if you don't take them any old way you can get them, or they're so rare, you're not going to afford them. You're not going to get them. We want eye appeal. We want cards that are ones that look like fives, or 1.5s that look like fives. So here's a perfect example right here of what
so real
I would
quick,
call,
just to interrupt you real quick, if you're listening at home, this is a E121 American Caramel Babe Ruth, and it's in a PSA 1 holder. And just again, so people can kind of put a visual. Go ahead, Petty. What were you going to say about it?
Well, I would just say that, look, the card, it has a very good vision of Ruth himself. So, there's no real creases around his face or anything like that. But the card is way off center, probably 90-10, 95-5. I don't know. You've got a print mark to the right-hand side. It's got, 3 or 4 things that you never want. Do I like it any less, though? No. And I find this card as an own appeal card, because I wasn't going to pay. If Tony had his with him, which he probably's got it right next to him. No, you don't. He's got the same card in like a 1.5, which has a little back damage on it, that I would call that a my appeal 1.5. It's where you paid up for it.
So here's another card that you're coining as own appeal, where it's rare, it's hard to get. Just getting one in itself.
Trying to get it in any condition that you can. And you don't have a whole lot of these in your collection, but this isn't something that you would call, my appeal. It's not nobody's going to go cream all over themselves for a card like this that's off center and it's eaten by rats.
Right. Now,
the guys that are just jerking all off about the ones that are centered that look like fives, that you got to pay for 5. I don't want to pay for a 5 that looks. I pay for a 1.
Okay, so let me turn this to Tony for a second.
Okay.
So my understanding is what Petty is saying is, in his eyes, in his vernacular, a own appeal card is a card that's really hard to come by. If you can find one, it's really expensive. Like we'll say a Wagner. Like the 3 of us are probably never going to own a Wagner.
Yeah.
But if we did own a Wagner, it would look like it went through the garbage disposal.
I got an
So
own appeal one right here.
you have a
ready?
what? Yeah, I want to see it.
I mean, look at it's a
Oh yeah, hold on, let
signed.
me.
It's the signed 62 home run leaders card, but
Mhm.
the signature is faded. Looks like it was left in the sun too long.
That's probably
But
his
it's
own
Roger
appeal.
Maris.
Well,
That's
you would
own
think that.
appeal.
I think that's own appeal. Like you
Yeah.
got it just because you could
Yeah.
afford it. It was available.
Yeah.
It's not a you know 10 autograph on a one card or something like
Yeah.
that, or a one autograph that looks
But I
like a
got it.
10. But you got it.
Yeah.
You
So,
own it.
so I was going to ask Tony if you see yourself having a lot of, again, using Petty's definition, own appeal, cards that are really hard to come by, kind of beat up, but owning it in itself, like owning the 62 from the 61 season home run leaders card with Mantle and Maris on it, signed by Maris, is pretty incredible to have one at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself, Tony, as a guy who would have a couple handfuls of cards that fit that description, or is it a
Absolutely.
very rare exception that you would pick up a card with that kind of condition stuff?
No, in the autograph card world, if it's a vintage one, especially if you're doing player run, they're so hard to come by. You get them when you see them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to say, I think I'll be patient. There's 6 of those in the world. I'll wait for one of them to come up. No, there's one. I got to get it. So when I did my W514 1919 strip card White Sox run, I couldn't, the Eddie Collins would never come up. I finally just had to buy one, had to rip the corners hanging on by a thread. And I took it raw to Strongsville to SGC and sent it off. They sent it back and said it was too fragile that they were scared to slab it. They didn't want to take it out of the holder. So yeah, that's an own appeal. I still have it. I completed the set when I got it, but
and that means something, and we're certainly trying to collect those cards. And I know Dan has a ton of those in his collection.
I
He's not
understand what
afraid.
Dan's saying too.
He's not afraid to buy a card like that.
So is this something where we think we can kind of coexist? And
of course,
okay.
And nobody cares anyway. Nobody's going to use my appeal. Jeremy Lee won't watch this.
So here's
Nobody
my
that has
appeal.
any. Let me see.
Okay, hold on.
Look at the registration on this one.
Yeah,
this is my appeal. It's a 4, but it's centered. It's a great registration. These 62s sometimes can be blurry.
yeah.
It's white. That's a my appeal
I
all
agree.
the way. That's not an
my
own appeal. I didn't settle for this one.
Right, right,
I searched for that one.
right. And it looks like it could be a 5 or a 6 with an old grading.
So I see what Petty's saying.
I mean, there's just a distinction there. Plus, I just think that it's if you're going to use the term my appeal is just so much easier. It just rhymes, and I think that's what we're all looking for anyway. We're looking for something that we enjoy, that's pleasant to our eye, not something that we just own just to own it.
So let's take a look at one of your cards, Petty, from your collection that you deemed to be a my appeal card.
Okay.
So this is a Willie Mays, a 59 home run derby Willie Mays.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the front is just stunning.
I mean,
it's
look
stunning.
at this. This came in this big package I just bought. I couldn't believe, because you couldn't get great pictures, and even the pictures on the PSA site didn't do it justice. But there was 2. Look at this lot that I won here.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So if you're listening on the screen, there are 16 59 home run derby cards, which these are rare cards. They're really hard to find any of them. And Petty bought a lot that had 16 of them. Go ahead and describe what was in the lot and the kind of the conditions.
The thing that I've been looking for 3 years, and it's been on my list, and it's risen to the top of my list, I should say, and that'd be the Hank Aaron. It's eluded me several times. A 2 went for like 3,500. I was the underbidder. 5s went for 5,000 and 6,000. This was a year. Only one come up every year or so. And here this lot was, there was 2 1s. One's a 1 MK and one is a 1 with 2 little pinholes. Now those, I mean, they look great. I don't know that I sent you I don't think I sent you pictures of those, but I have them here, and I mean, they're pretty darn nice. I mean, let's see if I can show one here.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
This is a one. This has the pinhole, I do
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, it
Mookie
does.
is
Up on
slobbering
the
himself.
top, it's got a pinhole by his bat. Yeah, up near, you can barely see it. And then on the other side here, it's got a small pinhole too. But the
Mhm.
rest of the card is really nice,
Yeah, it's nice,
off
man.
center. So I got this in a lot, and I got it really pretty, considering everything that came with it, inexpensive. Now here's another one that's a 1 MK, and there's no mark on the front, but once again, a beautiful,
It's
front.
gorgeous.
And the back has like a stamping or some kind of it's got this raccoonish back, or I don't know.
You know
And
what
this
that
looks like it
is?
could have been what is it?
So that was put in a photo album that had the sticky
Oh,
stuff with the
Yeah.
plastic over it.
okay.
And that's the texture behind there. So it's the glue from the sticky stuff on those photo albums that you then lay the plastic above the pictures and the cards.
So we're really lucky that these even came out of the
They could have totally tore, yeah.
They could, and I think I have one or two that may have kind of ripped, like the Killabrew. That's a one, but I mean, for the two top cards,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
awesome.
it came with the two Willie Mazes. So I mean, the one I showed you had the My Appeal, but here was the prize too. This is and I keep in mind I already have a Willie Mays, so
So
now I've got three of them.
now what is I if you're listening at home, because they're beautiful cards and there's so much nostalgia for a lot of us.
Mhm.
What does a Willie Mays home run derby in a 1 or a 2 go for? Like
Well,
ballpark wise?
the thing is these things. I saw you starting to look on the VCP the other
Yeah.
day, and
Yeah.
you can never get you have to gauge these prices. I think Tony knows, because when
Mhm.
you only have one sell, like maybe, like the last one that sold, there was two of them that sold. There was a 5 that sold for 6,000, and then there was this one that I bought that I got shilled up on
Wow.
Propsine
Dang.
for just under 5. So the thing is you're kind of guessing. And then right after I bought this, a guy jumped on a PSA 5 and paid 6,000, like it was on eBay, and then he put it up immediately. He's got it up there now, I think, for like 9,000. Well, the other night a PSA 2 sold for $4,050.
Wow.
So, but you never know that until you finally have one that comes up for bid. So, like, if you have a Gil Hodges, let's say, or you have there's another one of these bums.
I love these things. Now, how were these
Yeah.
distributed, Petty?
These were distributed at like car dealerships
Mhm.
and beer outlets mostly, but mostly like AMC dealerships.
Yeah.
This is a Gil Hodges. This is an extra one, so I'll be taking this to the National, and I think I'm gonna get rid of one. I mean, I love these Willie Mays so much, but I think I'm gonna get rid of one, and I'm gonna keep both Aarons for now. But
Well,
What
if
is
you ever want to move an Aaron, let me know.
really,
Yeah.
you want one? Okay. Well, the hard thing is I'll send you pictures of them, but it's funny because you won't know which one to pick and which one, is better or which one's worse or which
Well,
one
it
you
doesn't
like
matter
more.
to me.
I know it doesn't matter to me really much either, but it's funny how they're all similar. But anyway, that's the story of the home run derbies and how you have to gauge pricing sometimes
well?
because you just can't tell.
Give me first right of refusal if you sell a Mays.
I don't know if you want that kind of pain.
I'm just saying. It just at least run the number by
It's
me.
going to be tough. It's going to be a tough number.
Eddie went to his deep voice there for a second.
I want a deep number, big.
I love it.
Oh boy,
I love it.
Oh boy,
My money,
it's big.
I mean, my money will be spent after 3 hours, so there will be a small window.
I'm thinking about bringing the two and then just kind of like, because nobody's going to want to pay for the My Appeal on the one. They're going to want to try to get that for a song, and that's just not going to happen. When you get something like that, you just don't let it go for nothing.
Yeah.
And the two, at least there was just a recent sale a week ago. So they at least, that can be gauged a little bit better.
What auction was that on, Petty? What auction?
It was on eBay.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And
there
the
was
two went for 4,000.
4,050.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah,
But
that is crazy.
and like I'm saying about the K line, for instance. So, like to gauge how much a one might be worth, you can see a 1.5 sold for like 1,200, 1,150 or something.
Hmm.
So then you can compare the card. The Gil Hodges, an authentic, sold for $870. This is a one, and it looks twice as good.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm asking 900 or something like that, that's about how much I think it's worth.
So
You can
would you
only
say you
estimate.
bought the whole lot just so you could get an Aaron?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I also needed the Snyder, and it was in a
okay.
2, and it was pretty nice. I needed the Killebrew. It's kind of beat
Oh,
up. It's a 1, and I
okay.
needed the Banks, and that's all I really wanted.
So
Okay.
did
And the
that
Banks
complete
is
your set?
authentic, and it's kind of. I wasn't even looking for the set per se. I just wanted the guys I always liked.
Yeah.
Killebrew, Banks, and even the K line I'm happy with. And I already got rid of one of those.
So are you
So
done with the set?
I still need like I think 4 cards, and I don't know that
Oh,
I'm gonna. Part of me wants to complete it, but I don't
dude, you
know that
got
I
to
want to.
complete it now.
Yeah, I don't know. You know how it is spending that money on lesser players. Like, I mean, there are some pretty nice players still out there. Ken
I'm building
Boyer.
the set right now. I'm spending money on some lesser players.
Well, I know what you're building, and that's one of the premier sets in the hobby. So,
Yeah, for
got to
sure.
do what you got to do.
Let's look at a couple more. Oh my, hold on. Let's see
Whee!
here.
Mama's little baby loves do boop do do.
Now,
Mama's
how
little
many are
baby.
in? So, if you're listening at home, Tony's holding up a stack
Put those in some protectors from Penny
I
Saver.
ain't got a chance yet.
of
Call Penny Saver.
All my
19.
stuff is put up because we're showing our house. It's all in the safe
Oh my
deposit
God, I
box
couldn't
and in
see. I
safes
couldn't
and
stand to see those like that.
oh well,
It,
hey, it's awesome, man. Holding raw ones like that.
I know that is
They're
pretty neat. Well, you brought
yeah,
some to the Strongsville. That was pretty neat. We were
yeah.
passing them around and
There are 100,
licking them and smelling them.
174 of those in the set.
Okay.
Mm.
And that's the
You have most of the big
1915
ones.
Cracker Jack that he
Yeah,
was holding
yeah,
up.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, you just need the Mathewson, the Johnson, the Wagner.
just all the
And then
big
I
ones,
mean,
except
just they're not all the big ones. I mean, you got
most of
two.
them.
You got the 2 biggies
Yeah.
already. So that's
Well,
good.
let's take a look at a few more cards of yours, Petty, and you're
Okay.
going to explain why one is a my appeal versus an own appeal.
Okay.
So here's a card that you said was a my appeal.
I think it's a my appeal. I mean, I was kind of sending that to you just as a kind of a, to show you what I might take to the national
Mm-hmm,
as far as trying to, either I've been on a kick with them just taking all these out and put them into new holders. So
mm-hmm,
it's like, what would you do? I think the card might grade like a 1.5 without a mark, because you can zoom in on this like on your phone or you magnify it 1,000 times. You can't find a mark anywhere.
No, I've looked.
So I don't know if the mark disappeared or if it was just misgraded or what, but would you break that out and give it to PSA and have them grade it at the national?
Nope.
Or would you just hand it to them, have them reholder it into a 2MK?
I know what I would do.
What would
Tony,
you
why don't
do?
you go first?
I wouldn't do either. I'd just leave it like it is. That flip doesn't bother me none. I'm not going to pay them
Okay,
just to rehold it.
I know it, but it's so. I mean, for less than $100 or something at the national.
And they did it right, Petty. You do it
I
again, it
know,
may be in
I
a
know,
freaking bag or
I
something.
know. It could be. Yeah, you never know. I mean, that is the chance you take. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about
All
it.
right. What
But
about you,
I've been
Greg?
pretty
What do you
lucky. What
think?
about you?
No, I mean, I think what I would do is, oh man, I would be scared to do it, but I think I would crack it and submit it raw to SGC. Because if you submit it for a crossover, then
Yeah.
they're going to say there must be a mark, even though we're not seeing it, there must be a mark. But they won't give it an MK. So if it has a mark, they'll still give it a grade. They'll give it a numeric grade. They're not going to give it an authentic because it's not trimmed. So I take that back. I wouldn't crack it out. I would try to do a crossover to SGC, and I would put my minimum my minimum that you would accept is a 2. And if it doesn't cross to a 2, meaning, just a 2, then I'd leave it in this holder.
I get you. So
And
you wouldn't even go for like a 1.5 and have them crack it and put it in a new
Oh,
holder.
it'll get higher than a 1.5.
I don't know. I mean, it's got a crease in the bottom. You can't really see here. There's a little wrinkling down by his right on the right
okay.
bottom. So there's I'd say they're wrinkles more than creases. They don't go through.
That's
But
why
I think the 1.5 is fair.
The lack of the qualifier
Mhm.
from SGC makes it an interesting play, because I think they could give it a 2
Mhm.
without an MK as it sits right now, even if there is a mark, which I haven't seen the card in person, but I would
Right.
probably try to cross it, but put a minimum grade. And if it doesn't get it, you're out nothing.
Yeah.
Just leave
I
it.
mean, I guess that's one of those things that I kind of stopped doing the last few years, just because when you try to outsmart it or you try to do something different, because the card would look great in a new PSA holder. The way they really look, it really makes the cards look so much better. As much as I hate it, I
yeah.
will say that they make the cards look great. The pictures come out good. It really pops. So
Yeah.
that's a my appeal card though.
Now you got your 59
Mhm.
Sadahara O, and
Yeah.
you've got that as a my appeal. I mean, that's come on, man. That
I
is a
think so.
stunner. I love that card.
It's
Yeah,
off
beautiful.
center,
So what?
but most of those cards aren't
They're
they? I
hand
haven't really
cut.
been collecting them. Right.
I could give me 8 minutes in a room alone with that card, and I can make it centered. I mean, you know what I mean? But no, I'm serious.
Do you have the paper cutter at work?
When you're talking about, I was kidding, but
Yeah,
when
I
you're
know.
talking about a hand cut card being off center, and I said this when I got mine, because to be honest with you, mine looks pretty similar to yours.
Mhm.
And
Is it the same one?
yeah,
It is.
I have it right here. Yeah, I have it right here.
Let's see it.
It'll give me a second. You talk while I look for it.
Yeah, I thought there was about 5 or 6 of these from the same 1959 set. I don't know a lot about them. I just happened to be at Pasadena and the card show there, and a guy that always has these, he had a stack of them as usual. I said, which one do you recommend? And he recommended that. He gave me a smoking deal on this card.
Is that
too,
his
I really
rookie?
think.
Is that his
One
I
of
think
them.
so.
He
I
has
think-
several.
He has several
Okay.
of them. Yeah, that's great. So what do you know
So-
about all those cards? There's like 6 or 7 of them. There's a ganja this and a ganji that.
There's a few different ones, but we have the exact
Mhm.
same one. So I'll put myself on the
Interesting.
screen.
Okay.
So here's mine.
Nice.
Boy, yours is wide borders.
Now so I'll talk about that, because I think that matters. So
Mhm.
it's actually fairly similar looking to yours.
It sure
The
is.
backs have a couple of different colors. So if you look,
Yeah.
mine's a type 1. It says it on the bottom of the flip.
Oh.
Yours is a type 1. I'll show yours here in a second
it?
again. So it's a type 1.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the color of your back, but it's got the
Yeah,
cartoon
I
back.
didn't send it to you, right?
So I have a cartoon back on mine.
And does yours have a little spot on the back too, like a little paper loss spot, like a lot of them do, or not? Does it make it a 1.5? Is that why it's a 1 point?
Mine's a
look like it.
1.5 because there's a crease. There's a crease right here through it. There's
Oh,
a
okay.
crease
You
down
can't
here.
really see.
But the color on it is
Yeah,
stunning.
I can't.
So there are a few different Sadahara O rookie cards. Now, I'm not a Japanese card expert by any
Me
means.
neither. Yeah.
But
My first
this is not the top one. There is one that is considered like the premier one, and I don't know the name of it because the names
Is
are.
it ganja?
I think ganja is something else.
I really don't know. I thought that's what it was.
I don't even
know
know Petty's nickname
I
for
don't
him.
know shit.
The one.
I'm so.
The one that it is, and I could send you a link after we're done. In fact, I could probably pull it up, but I'll pull it up. But it's the one that is like the premier one is pretty rare, but 2 just hit eBay that look pretty nice.
They're nice.
Within the
They're
last
about
week
20
or
grand.
2.
One's
I
10
think they're
grand.
less than that. I think they're less than that.
One was 8. One was a PSA 8 or SGC 8, and the other one was the PSA 6 or 7. They were a lot. $8,000, $6,000.
All right, I'm gonna find it here, and it's gonna take me just a
Betty,
second.
you got your blood pressure medicine sitting over there just in
They're
case.
ready. Now those are going to be ready for Saturday night. Though
Okay,
I'll have those
okay.
on the desk with my drink for sure. I'll have the grandkids here, and I'm ready to go off.
So
That's it.
this is the primo one,
Oh, wow.
and this one's a 7 miscut.
That's like a montage.
Ooh, that's really a miscut. What's it called?
Manko Hashi Gangu.
See, I was almost right.
See?
What did I say?
You said ganja, and I'm like, I think ganja is something
throw
from
in
the
Hasi
60s.
ganja.
Here's my thing about it though. And a couple did just come up on.
That's what I said.
Oh, shit,
Let me see if I can find the ones that came up,
You
because
made me cry.
they might have sold. They might have sold.
Did they?
Let me look, because that's the card.
Yeah, I had them.
Oh my!
They sold.
One sold.
Yeah, well,
one was a 3.
You're
That can't be right. One was a 3, and it sold for cheap. Sold for $900. $800, $900.
Really?
Yeah, look.
Ganja Gucci?
Look.
Somebody got
This one right here.
Somebody got that ganja real cheap.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Is that from Canada?
Yeah. $876 sold for.
I don't want to buy anything from Canada though. I don't want it lost. I think no taxes, no politics in it. I just don't want it lost in the mail.
So anyway, I don't even know where we are, where we got
that
here.
was
But
my appeal, own appeal. I don't
right.
know.
Anyway, back to the Sadhar. Oh, it's a stunning card. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So the borders. I've got the super fat borders on mine, and that's the reason I bought it. Because if you talk to the guy from Prestige or whatever it is, the big Japanese card dealer who was right. Well, at last year at the National, if you walked in the front door, the first table right there. Yeah. And I think his name's Robert. Someone's going to skewer me for not remembering, but I talked to him for quite a while about these cards, and he said about all of the Sadahara O cards. And I go, come on, man, they're hand cut. So this card's off center. And he said, this was he said, in my opinion, the centering doesn't matter. What matters the most is the amount of the card. Because the more of the card that's there, somebody could have cut it and made it better. So sharp corners with hardly, because he had one there, and just like this card, but it had really thin borders, like really, really thin borders, and it was like razor sharp. And then there was one that looked like ours that had fatter borders. He goes, I'd rather have the fat border one because you could make that one look better than this other one.
I guess. I mean, but too, like the one on the back of mine anyway has a mark on it, or it's been pulled out. And how many are there? There's only like 10 of these or something, right? Or 12. And they come up, what, 1 or 2 are added a year?
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 a year. And a lot of so Dylan Double D, he's got some book that I think he got from them that kind of has some estimates on the population of these cards.
Yeah.
And the estimated population over in Japan is higher than some of the others. But the thing about it is in Japan, and this is another thing that Robert was telling me, is he goes, they don't store things. He goes, they don't have room to store things. So what happens is people will just throw stuff out. And so they don't have, there's not like in the United States, there's like an appeal for vintage stuff. That's not the same appeal in Japan, according to him. And he said, so this card might have been more common at one time. How many are still remaining? We have no idea. But they do show up. I mean, yours, that was graded recently. I mean, the one on the screen, this was graded in the last couple 3 months, probably,
yeah,
because it's a 9-digit serial number with a 109. I mean, so that was you must have gotten this in the last 2 months.
I did. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
got it at the Pasadena show.
And it was just graded. So I don't know. I mean, who
Well,
knows what
they're up to 120 million now,
I know.
So I mean, it's like I just got a card the other day, Friday, that was 120.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, so these guys are buzzing through cards. Buzz, 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 buzz,
Tony,
buzz.
do you have any Sadahara O cards? Is that something that interests you?
It interests me. I just haven't gotten into that. You know, what I'm doing now is like, well, shoot, I got this tape on it. Let me get this tape off. I'm getting into, as you know, the Toleteros. So this one is really cool. This Sam Bankhead.
Mm-hmm.
He Negro League player, and this is a Cuban card.
Oh, that's
Toleteros.
a tiny
You can
little
see the
card.
glue. Yeah, they came in cigarettes like the
Mhm.
T206s, but they had those albums that looked like coloring books, kind of. And each page had like 6 players, and they were numbered, and these cards are numbered.
Are they really thin too? Like
No, they're not.
no,
They're not
they
like cracker. They're a little thinner than a Topps card, but they're not. But
okay. They're not like a paper thin.
yeah, but this one right here is like a pop 5, man.
Yeah.
There's hardly any of those out there. So I was thinking about
If
getting that
he ever
graded.
becomes the major league batting leader, then you never know. It might be worth something.
Well, the cool thing about him is he didn't have any other cards. So
Ah,
that's it for him.
it seems like I've heard of him too.
He
Somewhere. I
was
don't know
Josh
where.
Gibson's best friend. He
Oh,
was
okay.
like a 7-time Negro League All-Star.
Hmm.
He here's a chance maybe down the road he could be a major league Hall of Famer. I mean,
See?
but
Has he ever been on one of the ballots? Like
I
Oscar
don't know.
Trask?
I haven't gotten that deep yet.
Uh-huh.
But him and Josh Gibson were drinking buddies, and when Josh died at 35, he kind of became a surrogate dad for Josh Jr. So, and then they ended up working for the Pittsburgh sanitation department, elbow to elbow, for 20 years later in their life.
Jeez.
So yeah. So, anyways,
Crazy.
that kind of stuff interests me.
Yeah, me too.
Now, Petty, let me ask you about this next card. So we've got a 54 Wilson Franks Ted Williams. Now, I would agree that looking at that card, it's gorgeous. So
now that's a card you're going to pay for. It's not really an own appeal because on the back, I don't think I sent you a picture of the back.
You didn't, no.
But the back has a little bit of weenie juice damage. But not on the name, only on some of the verbiage on the back. So the name is dark and, and all the birth dates and everything. So there is some damage to the back. But again, these are the things that when you get a 1, this thing looks like a 4.
Yeah.
But I probably, I probably paid for like if it was a 2.
Now, a card like that is the type of card where if you got an own appeal, just having one, because the population on that is super low.
If it was ratted on the front, like you'd pay quarter of the price of that one was. So if you really just wanted to own it, the thing is, those cards are hard to find, but they're not really that rare. Just people, I think, just hold them, or they want the moon for them, and they don't come up from auction that often.
I saw on somebody's video that oddball cards are going up in price faster than regular cards. I don't know where that video was.
I don't know if that's true.
It was really good.
That guy sounds like a blowhard. I mean, hey, I was literally driving with my dad, and I go, it really feels like the Red Hearts and the Dandies and all that stuff's gone through the roof. Because I bought, and I was telling him, I bought a Warren Spahn Red Heart ungraded like 9 months ago, and I paid like $30, and it was well centered, and it was like a 3. And when it got to me, I don't usually buy raw online, but when it got to me, it had this kind of wave in it, and it just kind of bugged me, and I couldn't not see it, and I'm just like, right. So I sent it in though. I sent it to SGC. It got a 3. Okay,
not
but
the wave.
No, the wave was like, and I was just like, I love the card. I want to own the card. I just don't want that one.
It's green, right?
Yeah. I go, I'll just put it on eBay for like, I don't know, $140. because no one will want it. But if somebody wants to pay me that for it, I'll take it.
Right.
And so I just put it up on eBay for like $140. And like 2 days later, it sold. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap! I bought the card for like $30.
Right.
Like
But it was
2
probably
months
nicely
ago.
centered, you said?
It was nicely centered, and
Well,
they are hard to
those are
find
hard to
centered.
find centered. And,
Yeah.
But that is a pretty neat set. It's a very attainable set too.
Yeah, I've got the
Yeah,
mantle in that one. I think
Yeah.
a 7.5 or something.
That's
So
the Red Heart meat. Do you have a 7.5 on that?
Yeah.
That's
the other
amazing.
thing I
That's
wanted
right,
to
I
talk
saw it.
about, as you know, where I'm getting excited, it's crazy because I talk to you guys and text with you guys like every day, and
Mhm.
I love you guys, and you guys are two of my best buds, and so getting close to the national is like, it's exciting for multiple reasons, but one of the reasons that it's exciting is because you get to hang out with your friends who you never get to see.
Mhm.
It's like visiting relatives that you don't get to see that often, and it's
Mhm.
exciting. And so one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to talk a little bit about last year's national, which Tony was at, but Petty wasn't at. And I wanted to kind of pick your brain, Tony, on not just how did last year's go, and we'll look at some highlights here in a second, but also how is it going to be different this year? Like, what is going to be the biggest differences? How is your out? I mean, because like when you've never been to a national, you've never been to a show anywhere near that big, you don't really know what to expect. But now you have a little bit of an idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
a lot of idea. Yeah.
yeah. So first I want to show a couple of pictures and tell me when you walked into the room. So for somebody who might be listening who's never been to a national, you go up the escalator in Cleveland last year, and boom, you lay eyes on the first room of the two. And what is going through your head? And I'm going to show a couple of pictures here as you're talking about that.
Well, first of all, I didn't go up an escalator because I didn't have VIP passes.
Was that a
in that
mistake?
big long line out there. I'd stayed on the main floor. Me and Tim would sneak down in the basement to use the John because we found a side staircase where we could go down in those back halls and underneath and use the bathroom. Otherwise, man, you'd stand in line forever for the bathroom on the main concourse. So anyways,
I heard people were pissing all over themselves.
I don't know about that.
Let me interrupt that real quick. So you would recommend to people pay the extra $50 or whatever to get the VIP?
Yes, I would definitely.
Okay, so go ahead.
So you walk in, and again, I had no idea what to expect, and it's mind blowing, man. The floor space, the amount of people, the amount of collectibles. It's not just vintage; it's modern. But like the REA booth and the Heritage booth and Love the Game booth and the Golden booth and all the game worn jerseys. I mean, it's like a museum. And I saw you and your dad over there, and I had to point it out to you. First off, they had that Cracker Jack display with all the Cracker Jacks, and had Cracker Jacks pointing around the cars, and it was really cool. But there was that Shoeless Joe Jackson contract that was signed that was going on auction, and I thought that was so cool. But yeah, man, I mean, so that part of it is amazing. Tim is a lot taller than me, as you can tell in the picture. So it was easy for me to spot him walking around, and I had my orange hat on so he could find me. But yeah, man, we didn't stay together the entire time, like side by side, but we were together. I mean, we weren't far from each other. So that, I mean, it was fun, man. We had a blast. Neither one of us knew what to expect. Tim has his Bugsy shirt on because he did that in honor of his dad. We called him Bugsy. And so he wanted to go up there because his dad always wanted to go, and he passed away a couple of months prior to that. So it was a really fun thing to do with my buddy. And so
is he going again this year with you?
He is. So he'll be there.
Good,
and
I look forward to meeting him.
So, I had to go back on my YouTube a couple of episodes ago, and I had the Bugsy Chronicles. That's Tim. And we tell some stories of him and his dad. And we're going to have another one in August. So
the best YouTube card video I've seen in at least a year was that episode with you and Tim. I couldn't have enjoyed it more than I did.
Yeah, it was neat.
I enjoyed it because I love
Your
his dad.
content you put out is really amazing. It's one of the things I love about your channel. The Ted Williams story that you told for a whole hour the other night. I mean, most hard to sit through, somebody telling a story like that for an hour. I did it during the day and then I shut it off, halfway through and then watched it again. And literally by the end, I was already shedding tears and everything because just like I did in 1999. I think I told you, like when that moment happened, you had all these guys, Jeter, Ripken, Ken Griffey Jr., the greatest of that era.
Yeah.
It's funny how those guys knew about the great players, but again, all the guys today or all the fans today, nobody saw him play, nobody cares. No, baseball players care about their history. They know who was great and who wasn't. And those guys were there. And you had Ted Williams, who never tipped his cap, even when he hit a homer in his last at bat, he ran around the bases there and he ran right in the dugout. They screamed for 10 minutes for him to come out and tip his cap, and he never did. So to see him tip that cap, now it wasn't, the story about that cap?
Yeah, I told the story in the video about the hitter.net. It was his son's company, and they tried to get him to wear a Red Sox cap right before he walked out. And he asked his son, said, "What do you want me to do?" And he said, "I want you to wear my hat, Dad."
Yeah.
So that's why he had that ugly white hat on.
That's exactly right.
So yeah, it was sad what went down on that deal. But
It was.
he got the flowers he deserved in that moment. And it makes me wonder too. I know we're getting off topic, sorry. But it makes me wonder too, like, who is the next guy like that's around that has that aura? We've lost Mays, we lost him, we lost Aaron, we've lost Musial. Who is the guy that's alive now that would elicit that response, man?
Well, they're not giving
Koufax.
It to Koufax, though, are
Yeah,
they? I mean,
Koufax.
he hasn't really been revered like that.
Yeah, because he's kind of been quiet and in the background, a shadow.
He lives in the town I went to college.
Does he?
He lives in San Luis Obispo on the central coast of California.
I didn't realize that's where he is.
Yeah.
Interesting. He does
Sorry,
the signing right out of Van Nuys here is where he does the signings that everybody sends to. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say that. You were talking more about the National then. Go ahead.
So wear some comfortable shoes, that's for sure.
Jeez. And then you there we go. You ran into a couple you ran into a famous guy, and then you ran into a schlub.
So you ran into Greg Miller, the famous guy.
Yeah.
And then schlub Ken Golden.
So on the way there, Tim, that Golden series was out, and he was starting to get back in the hobby, and a lot of people were watching that dude on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called, but
the Golden Touch or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. And when we get there and the Golden thing, and Tim sees Ken Golden, he's like, "Dude, it's Ken Golden. I gotta go meet him." So we go over there, and he's got his two big bodyguards, trying to be something, and he's one of them germaphobe kind of guys, I think. And he would not like touch you, shake your hand. He was like, you can see in the video, like,
yeah,
me and Greg's got his arm around me. I got my arm around Greg. I don't know him, but Ken is. So yeah, it was it. So you see guys that like that in the hobby. You see Dr. Beckett walking around or whatever. So and with me going, so this is where it's different this year than last year. Yeah. Last year, I'm telling Tim, I'd gotten him into watching a few videos right before we left. And I remember he was watching Greg's and he was watching Mookie's. I don't know if you remember this when we first met you.
Oh, I remember.
He's the one that recognized you first. Said, "Dude, that's Greg from Midlife." So anyways, I had told him that I didn't miss any of your episodes. So on the way there, I'm like, dude, there's a YouTube get together, and I know it's weird. We're not YouTube guys, but man, I'd like to go by there and see what it's like, because I've thought about doing a YouTube thing. He said, "Yeah, man, let's go. We ain't got nothing else to do." So we went. Now, so the difference between that and this year, I was blown away by what I saw in the room and the camaraderie and the backslapping and everybody having a good time and talking. It was like a family reunion, So this year, I have that to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see all my friends. Where last year I was a stranger in that room. This year I'm going to walk in the room and I'm going to know a lot of people. So it's going to be fun. So it's going to be a different thing this year. And if you're out there and you don't make videos and you just watch us and comment, you are important too. Come. We would love to talk to you and meet you. You are as big a part of our channels as we are.
So true.
Now it's crazy because if we look back at this picture of me and you here, this was actually the second meeting that we had. This was the second day. So this would have been Thursday.
Yeah.
Because we first met Wednesday night, and then and I told you that the next morning I went to breakfast with Darren. I was like, dude, I met Tony Liebrick, and he's like Tony Liebrick. He goes, that guy's always got some crazy cards in your pickup videos. I go, I know. So he started Googling you and going, who is this guy? You know, but it's amazing to me because this is less than a year ago.
Yeah.
And now I feel like, you know, you and I have known each other forever. I mean, how long did it take from this moment right here until we were texting daily? Like 2 weeks?
Yeah, probably. You gave me your number at that moment.
Yeah.
That's when you gave it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then like 3 weeks after that, you bought a Babe Ruth ball for me on an auction.
Yeah. You gave me your login. You gave me your login to the so
Heritage Auctions. You probably still have it saved somewhere for a big card down there.
Let's go.
That's not me. But we do want to take a look at one of your big purchases. You had 2 big purchases.
Yeah.
So this one is a W514 Joe Jackson.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a really nice one.
Yeah, I got that one from Howie.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Howard Chasser, if you're listening.
Yeah, he was right across from Leighton.
Yeah.
And Leighton had one in his booth. I didn't send you the picture of me and Leighton together, but Leighton, we took a picture of both holding W514 Joe Jacksons. So I had that picture too.
It's a beauty. I don't generally like those cards, but that one I'd have to make an exception.
The W514 strip cards are not as funky looking as the other ones. Most of these pictures are actually Charles Conlon photos that they colored. So they're legit.
Perfect example, perfect reason why you should buy what you don't like. Well, I never liked it, so I didn't buy it. Now I can't afford it.
Are those, would you call those honest corners, Petty?
They are. Yeah.
So that's
obviously
because
the one corner's a little rat chewed, but it's okay. It's still honest.
It ain't rat chewed. It's miscut, man.
It's cut. It should be no.
I didn't talk bad about your ratty home run derby cards.
Mark Scott with the rat marks in it.
Yeah, look at that one. You look like someone went.
The vampire. The vampire got that one.
Look like a beaver ate it.
There's only like 20 of those.
Hey, yeah, it's awesome.
Now, someone was saying the other day, I didn't know this. He died like the next year. He died in like 1960.
He died before the show came out.
That's crazy.
I do believe.
Yeah, like dropped dead of a heart attack or something.
Oh yeah,
she was a smoker.
No, not Shoeless Joe.
Mark Scott, that announcer for the home run derby.
Okay.
Nobody knew him. You never saw him on anything, and then all of a sudden, he was on that home run derby.
He was really good in that.
He was good.
It was corny. It was fun though. And now the home run derbies tonight. We don't know who's winning.
Real quick,
do
y'all know where it was filmed? I know you do.
Yeah, L.A. Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
It's right by me here, not too far.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was knocked down in the 60s. I remember when they knocked it down. They built Dodger Stadium. My dad took me around the construction there when they were knocking it down and told me all about it. This is a nice one. I love that card.
And this was your other big pickup.
Yeah, it was.
21 American Caramel.
And that's an own appeal. I mean, it's way off center.
And they're rare, though. I mean, they're not too many.
I really wanted that one because it's the same image as the Cracker Jack card. So, I wanted that one to add to my Cobb.
Who did you buy this from? Do you remember?
I do not remember. No. That's the thing, too. So, last year a lot of the YouTube channels were talking about Howard Chasser and this guy, and I knew Ash. But they're naming off all these different dealers. You got to go see this guy. You need to look up and see where his booth. I didn't know those guys from Adam. But
Yeah.
you know, I saw some of them last year, and then after Strongsville, I was around all of them for 3 straight days.
Yeah.
So now I know who they are. I don't necessarily remember their names. I'm not good with names, but
Yeah. I'm not good with names either.
no,
I'm great with names.
I
Um,
know the wrong name.
and so
But I didn't say they were right. But
now one of the things I'm super excited about too is that we're all staying at the same hotel.
Yeah.
And we're all going to be walking distance down to, across the street over the skywalk. And I mean, Petty, last year you didn't go. This year you are. I know you had some family stuff going last year that prevented it. But, how does the preparation and the thought process for this differ than it does for Strongsville?
it really doesn't. It feels the same for me. Now, I would like to say too, I haven't been to a national since 1991.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was at the last national I was at was in Anaheim in '91 when I was collecting then. So all I can tell you is I hope this place has air conditioning. I hope the shitter's not full, and I hope the Wi-Fi works. And other than that, just keep me. I'm built for comfort. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a little high maintenance.
He's going looking for a ganja card.
So I need a ganja. Yeah, hey, you know what? It's legal there. When the mice, or what does it say? How to say, when the cat is away, the mice will play.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. We're 56 minutes in. I had a couple of things I was thinking I might have going on this week. It kind of didn't happen, and I mentioned it to you guys. And you're like, dude, let's do this. So this has
Well,
been.
we wanted to advertise our big show. We
Yeah.
wanted everybody to come out and watch our show. I don't even see a tab for us. Nobody knows what we're talking about, but I can assure you one thing: there is going to be a petty minute, and it's going to
There's
be a
gonna be
rager.
wait. There's gonna be a petty minute on
Not
Saturday
tonight,
night.
not tonight.
On
Yeah,
Saturday night.
Yeah, it's
of
our regular
course.
Odd
It's our
Couple
regular. We
episode.
always have a petty minute,
And I'm going to do a minute.
and there
dadgummit.
could be a good
Oh,
chance
wow.
that Tony's going to do a minute because he
Is
gets worked up. He swallows a lot of aggression during our show.
Yeah.
is the petty minute going to be the same topic as the Tony minute?
I don't think so.
We never tell each other what it's about.
Yeah. It's going to be.
It's kind of like if I don't know he's bidding on a card, and we could be bidding on the same card. That's why you got.
That's kind of how we met.
Yeah, it is.
We didn't know each other though, but
Hey,
we
hold
were
on.
running each other up for weeks. Ixnay on the unup Ray.
All right. Well, you guys are the best. I cannot wait until, let's see, about 16 days from now.
Something like that. I'm looking
By the time
to
this
it.
airs, it'll be down to about, I don't know, 13 days or so.
So once this airs, and you got to tell me how many people are still watching at this point on the.
Should we have a code word?
Yeah, let's do one.
The code word will be
ganja.
Ganja. That's a good
somewhere
word.
in your comment include ganja if you are still listening at this point. So we'll see how many soldiers we got out there.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks for listening. If you stayed to the end, I had a blast. So if you did too, that's great. And if you didn't, well, that's okay.
Right on, man. Peace, love. Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
All the best.